Hi everybody, I'm Saloni and today we have with us Mr. Tarun Gupta, the co-founder of Boult, a very famous speakers brand with us on Social Bits today. Hi Tarun, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you, Saloni?
I'm doing great as well. So let's start with an introduction about you and your early life.
Tarun Gupta. So I grew up in Delhi. I'm from Delhi. We had two brothers, Varun and myself. He's my younger brother. So we both grew up in Delhi. I did my schooling from Springdale's, Pusa Road, and then I moved to US for my undergrad, where I did my bachelor's. I worked for an investment bank for about 10 years in the US. And then I did my MBA from Boston University in Boston itself. After that, we started this company in 2017, which is about like 6.5 years ago. We started in like May 2017, and then it's been about 6.5 year journey to be here today.
Okay, so what inspired you to start Bolt?
So before starting Bolt, Varun had another e-commerce consulting company called Brand Hawkers, where he was consulting many e-commerce companies, basically consulting many offline companies to come online, and we were helping them, to sell on Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, a lot of e-commerce marketplaces. We dealt in a lot of different categories of products, so not just audio, a lot of different categories, and that inspired us, to do something of our own. So rather than consulting other brands, we thought, why not start something of our own? And I was passively involved with him back then because I was working for the investment bank in 2016, it was 2015-16. So I was passively working with him, and of course this was his primary work. And then we started this. We thought, let's start an audio brand. Also, with Varun being a musician himself, so audio was a good place to enter this category. So we started this on Myntra, and we were a Myntra exclusive for about 18 months before we opened up doors to Amazon, Flipkart, and all other e-commerce marketplaces from 2019, January 2019.
Okay, so what are your goals for Bolt in the next 5 to 10 years?
So we aspire to be the biggest brand globally in both audio and smartwatch segment. We've had a phenomenal growth journey in the last 6.5 years in India itself. Like, we are second largest audio brand, and then in smartwatch itself we are fourth largest brand. And this is when we just launched last year, like summer of last year. So we've just been in this category for about 12 to 15 months in the smartwatch category, where most of the competition's been there for 2 to 3 years. We had a phenomenal good journey, and then we plan to, of course, be on top within India, and then also take a brand globally to a lot of other markets, and be as one of the top brands in the IoT space.
So, can you share some of the best marketing strategies according to you that Bolt used?
So in terms of marketing strategy, the one thing we believe, like as a bootstrap firm, we've never had a big marketing budget. So we've not spent like unlike a competition, spend a lot of money into big ATF marketing. What we've always done well in terms of marketing is like having a good solid product. We believe if you make a good quality product in terms of design, in terms of specs and quality, and you deliver that to a customer, the customer will come back asking for more. And as a category itself, especially the audio category, it's a very high repeat purchase and referral category. Actually, it's true for both audio and smartwatches. So customers do come back. Also, there's a lot of referral purchase. So if you're a college student, if you buy a Bolt product, right, your friends will be asking, and you refer it to a friend because it's very affordable product as well. Same with for a working professional, if you're wearing it in your office, people come around, they'll be asking you which product you're wearing, and then when you come back. So that has been the best form of marketing. So we always invest heavily into our product and quality, and that has always worked. But along with that, of course, we also have brand ambassadors. Like, we have Sky right now for exclusively for audio, and we have Saif Ali Khan for both audio and smartwatches. And before these guys, we had Priti Senan and Vicky Kaushal as well. So of course that enables trust in customers' mindset. They trust the brand more when they see these celebrities as well. So using them and of course, it's a good quality product. Apart from that, we advertise on the e-commerce marketplaces a lot directly, both on Amazon and Flipkart, which of course gives us good returns as well.
Okay, so according to you, which e-commerce platform is best for your category of products like speakers and stuff?
So our primary business is not just speakers. I mean, it's basically personal audio, which is headphones. So earbuds, what you see me wearing, earbuds, neck bands, wired products. I mean, that's primary business in the audio segment. Speaker is a very small segment of personal audio. So I mean, in terms of marketplaces, it's difficult to say like which one is the best. Like I would say in terms of like the two biggest players in the market, both Amazon and Flipkart are two biggest players in the market in terms of the e-commerce marketplace. But there are a lot of other platforms who are doing well, like Myntra, Tata Click. There are many new emerging platforms. Along with that, we also do well on our own website, boultaudio.com. So there are a lot of customers who come and buy directly from us.
All right. So how do you see Boult Audio differentiating itself from other audio brands?
So the best form of differentiation is the quality. Design and quality is how we lead as a brand. If you look at any of our audio products, they're far better in terms of design language compared to any of the competition in the market. And same goes for quality. So if you look at, and the way to tell if a product is good quality or not is also like by looking at the reviews on, Amazon and Flipkart. So if you see, most of our products are rated 4.5 stars across these two platforms. They're rated far better compared to our competition, and we always believe, as I said, if the quality is good, the customer is going to come back for more.
Okay, so can you share some of the biggest challenges that you have faced in building Boult?
So one challenge that we've always faced as a company is working capital. We've been a bootstrap company for the last 6.5 years, and we had a phenomenal growth journey. So working capital has always been something which we faced a challenge with, but we've always managed, to get by, and we kept on still keep growing with that. Along with that, I mean, building the right team. It's always a challenge to find the right set of people who believe in your goals, and then can be a part of it and help you grow as well. Because one thing we've also learned is you can't do everything by yourself. Especially once you achieve a scale, you need a right team with you who can help you scale. So just building a team has not been easy, and then the part was the working capital.
Okay, so how does the brand balance innovation and affordability?
In terms of innovation and affordability, we always make sure we give the best possible specs to the customer at the best price point. So we know there could be, for example, there could be some specs, which we can add to the product, which could increase the price. But we always see like what does actually customer want. So we have to find that balance, right, between pricing, because it is a price sensitive market. If the price goes up, the demand typically goes down, unless the specs that we are giving to them is something which they definitely strive for. So for example, right now in audio, we definitely see a good quality battery, like a high battery life, a good quality mic is something they look for. So with our scale, what we can do successfully is we can always get good pricing, sourcing price from China itself, which helps us still, pass on that goodness to the customers. So customers don't really have to pay too much premium, even if they're getting a top quality product.
Okay, so does the brand support local communities and social causes by any chance?
Yeah, so in terms of local community, I mean, Make in India has been a big initiative in terms of supporting local community. We've created a lot of employment, both directly and indirectly. So directly, as in like we have our own facility where we employ a lot of people, and then indirectly through our contract manufacturers. So, so we employ more than 1,000 people, or I would say more about 1,500 people, which previously used to all be in China. So this has been something, which we've done in just last, I would say, 12 to 15 months. In terms of social causes, I mean, what we do is, I mean, in terms of, for example, packaging itself, we try to use recyclable products. I mean, we're trying to get away from plastics as much as possible, and, use paper. Along with that, as a brand, what we also try to do is support education for underprivileged kids. So like we have one of the initiatives called Acclaim with the others, which is where we fund education for these underprivileged kids. So we are funding about 1,000+ kids as of right now, and then we keep funding more and more. So yeah, these are a couple of things that come to my mind right now, and we do a few more things like that.
Okay, so like we have heard a lot in the news, like, continuous usage of headphones and, speakers causes damage to the ears. And this generation is using it like too much, more than expected. So what would you like to suggest them?
So there's two parts to it. One is, there's a myth that, the Bluetooth connectivity, affects your brain, which is not true. The Bluetooth signal has no really effect to your brain and doesn't cause any damage. What actually causes damage can be like high volume, right? Which is true for any speaker that you have at home. I mean, you go to a nightclub, you have a headphones. If you listen to music at 100% volume for a very long time, it can affect your ears, right? So, but as long as you're using it at a right volume, it has no effect on your ears or your brain. It's absolutely safe. And even if you have very long, consumption, throughout the day, you're using for 10 hours a day, it has absolutely no effect. As I said, as long as the volume is controlled. You don't want it to be at high 100% or like 90% volume and you're blasting music in your ears throughout the day, it can be. But if you're using it like 70% volume, 80% volume, it's totally fine.
Okay. So, can you share some of the things that you're most proud of accomplishing with Boult?
So one thing we've been proud of is our growth journey, being a bootstrap firm, having to reach this scale in just a matter of 6.5 years is something we're proud of, right? Being the second largest audio brand, where, most of our competition is heavily funded and, we are a bootstrap company. And even in smartwatches, just becoming the fourth largest player. We sell, a product every 5 seconds. So this is something very proud of, the scale we've reached.
Okay. So what is the most important thing that you have learned in this journey as an entrepreneur?
So the most important journey that, we learned is overall, that we need to learn as an entrepreneur, learn from a mistake. So, we always keep making mistakes, because we keep trying something new, right? In the past 6 years. So you always need to learn from mistakes as an entrepreneur and, always, move forward after that. Also, always, keep innovating, right? We are in a consumer tech industry, right? So the technology always keeps evolving. So something, that we've also seen, keep innovating very fast, right? You can't be, you have to innovate faster than your competition, always stay ahead of competition, right? So that is something, we always go for. And, in general, just stay hungry for more, right? As an entrepreneur, you have to have that hunger in you to grow to at a very massive pace, which is what, we've done very successfully. So yeah.
Okay, so one piece of advice that you would give to aspiring entrepreneurs looking to enter the consumer electronics industry?
So some of the things, what from my previous, question itself, one thing would be, if you want to enter this industry, to choose the right, firstly, set of products, figure out where there is a gap in the market. Because when we entered this market, there was a big gap because most of the other brands were at a premium segment. There was nobody at an affordable price point where you can give a premium product at an affordable price point. So figure out where the gap is in that consumer space industry, because there are always gaps, which, can be found in any industry, whether it's consumer tech or, any other industry. So figure out the gaps and, enter at the right time. Apart from that, once you're entering, of course, some of the things from what I mentioned earlier, stay hungry and keep innovating, right? One of the things I mentioned about challenges, build a right team, because again, you can't do everything by yourself. So you need to make sure you have a right team. One last piece of advice would be, whenever you're stuck with a problem, right? As an entrepreneur, you're stuck with problems left, right, and center. So when you're stuck with a problem, find a solution, find a solution and just don't give up. As an entrepreneur, you can never give up. You will always face challenges, you'll fail obstacles, everywhere. So just don't give up. And, try something new. I mean, even if you think it might not work, but just try it out, right? Because if you try something, you learn from it, right? I mean, you learn from your mistakes, and you'll keep improving. So, but you need to keep trying, right, rather than just give up. So this is what I'll say to any entrepreneur getting into, as I said, not just consumer tech. I mean, any industry. The same rule applies everywhere for an entrepreneur.
All right, so that's all for today. Thank you for joining us and sharing so much valuable insights from Boult.
Thank
And
you.
we wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Saloni. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.